guys. Today, it's a cold, rainy, kind of wet fall day, and I'm outside because once January hits, a lot of these vlogs have to be indoors for obvious reasons. So I want to spend as much time outdoors while it's still warm enough before that crazy winter and snow and slush and just blech comes to New York. But today is going to be a really interesting video. I'm going to be answering the questions that this lovely, beautiful community has asked me in the last video. The most common one that I got was, why did I start this YouTube channel and why did I start vlogging? I posted my first YouTube video in September of 2007. Now, in 2007, the landscape of YouTube was very different. There wasn't a ton of activity, there was no larger channels, there was no monetization. And the first video I ever posted was either a magic trick video, I was really into magic at the time, or it was a video of me fake playing the guitar to a song called Canon and D-Rock. Now back in 2007, I think that video was the most viewed video on YouTube at one point, and it's still up right now. I subsequently deleted that channel because I was afraid a girl in high school I liked was gonna see it. Tragic. Don't ever do that. Just keep your stuff. You're gonna look back on it and love it. And throughout high school, I had a channel on YouTube. I didn't take it very seriously. I'd post skits here and there, but I was always very active. I watched a lot of creators, and one creator in particular, the Tim Tracker, I was watching since 2009. He's a vlogger, still around today and doing very well. So back in January, I said to myself, film is something I like to do. I'd love to do it as a hobby. I love to pursue it, and I thought I'd be somewhat okay at it, and I found that I really enjoyed creating videos, something I'm very passionate about, and that's where we are today. So it's been 9 or 10 months, and I've been loving it since, and it's allowed me to meet you guys, which has been phenomenal. What's your favorite food? Not to cook, but to eat lobster. I love lobster. It's delicious. It's too expensive, but it's good. My favorite food to cook, I eat the same thing every single day, and Alyssa, my girlfriend, knows this very well. My meals are usually rice, some type of protein like turkey, like ground turkey, love ground turkey, and vegetables. Throw some raw onions in there, a little bit of hot sauce. She thinks it's disgusting. I love it. You can substitute the chicken for turkey for tuna fish. I love tuna. To cook, I like cooking steak. I think I cook a pretty mean steak, medium rare, sear on both sides, you know, a little barbecue sauce maybe, dry rub seasoning. I love this question. How do you get motivated to create when you just don't feel like creating? I don't know if there's an easy answer to that, because I think it depends on the person. I think everybody's different. For me, I tend to not set larger goals, but I set smaller goals for myself. Goals that I know that with effort I can meet. And then those smaller goals turn into other smaller goals, and eventually it's kind of a pillar system where you keep building and then you start here, and it takes a while to jump from here to here, but you get there. The key to staying motivated is to think of the long term. Most feelings you have, emotions, are usually in that moment. Hopefully they're not very prolonged. So if you're unmotivated to create a video in that specific moment, think of yourself 2 days from now when you regretted not making that video or not creating whatever it is you wanted to create or doing whatever it is you want to do. So I think always keeping an eye out for the future, but also staying realistic as well. What's your favorite 80s movie? Amazing question. There's two. I can't narrow it down. The Goonies, which I grew up watching all the time, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Those are, and Ghostbusters. The original. Is Stripes in the 80s? Was Stripes in the 80s? If Stripes is in the 80s, throw Stripes in there. I love Bill Murray. This one's a little longer one, so I have to read from my phone. Do you feel the speed of life in New York City helps or hinders your creative space, both physically and mentally? I think I'm very fortunate to live where I live. There's a lot of opportunity, both creatively and outside of YouTube. I think it helps, but New York City is also very tiring. Because it moves so fast, you almost miss parts of life. I don't know if that makes too much sense. I think of from the perspective of a tourist, when you visit New York City, you go out of your way to immerse yourself in the experience that is this city. But when you live here, you're seeing it every single day, so you get a little immune to it. And I think that's almost a little unfortunate. So I think it's good to be in a city like this. It definitely offers a lot of creative mediums, but you have to be cognizant that if you live here, you want to do your best to not forget how beautiful and creative this place is. I think it's very easy to become immune to that and just forget and live your daily life like you're living, anywhere else. Let's walk and talk. Getting a little bit too chilly to just sit down. If you can live in any fantasy world, game or movie, where would it be? I have never been more confident in an answer in my life. It would be Middle-earth from Lord of the Rings, specifically the Shire. Who does not want to live in the Shire? Have you ever thought about making more than just vlogs or incorporating some of these into your channel, like gaming, tech reviews, and animations? It's interesting because before I started vlogging, I'd mainly watch fitness and gaming related channels on YouTube, mainly fitness. And all three of those you mentioned are all pretty powerful aspects of my life. I have a big fascination with headphones and headphone technology. I own a bunch. I don't know why I do. I just love buying the newest headphone tech. But I think diversity in a channel is good. I just don't know how to incorporate it. What are some books you recommend everybody read? I got you covered on that one. I came prepared today. Now, these are two books that will profoundly impact your life. The first one, Carl Pilkington, The Further Adventures of an Idiot Abroad. This is the second of two books. You have to read the first one as well. Will change your life. Number two is going to be Got Fight by Forrest Griffin, former MMA fighter. These two books, you'll not only be a changed person after reading them, but you will be a better person as well. I think that's the really important part. Where is a dream place you'd like to film? Two places, Vancouver, Canada, and the Swiss Alps, with a drone. That would be insane. Another common one was where have I not visited yet that I'd like to visit? Ancient Egypt. Wait, ancient Egypt. Egypt, not ancient. I love to visit ancient Egypt, but Egypt specifically. If you could be any person, dead or alive, for just one day, who would it be and why? We get very specific here. I'd want to be John Lennon on the day of the recording session for the song A Day in a Life. I think it's the most beautiful song ever written, and I would love to not only be the one that wrote it, but also be the one playing it as well. It's my choice. That would be it. And I'm going to end on this question. What do you hope to get out of your YouTube journey? I hope that I can make content that people can relate to and that people can enjoy watching. And I hope that YouTube will give me an outlet to improve my skills with videography and editing and make me an all-around better creator. And on that note, guys, it is freezing out here. I can't feel my hands and I'm completely underdressed. We're gonna end it here. Thank you so much, everybody, for all the questions. The questions I didn't get to answer, I'm gonna answer in the comment section from the last video. And we'll be in touch soon, everybody. I can't talk. It's so cold. And we'll be in touch soon. I love you guys so much. Have a great one.